We interrupt your little party, your celebration, whatever, because we still stand alive. Let's get it. Let's go. Oh yeah.
Introducing the Couch Rider Raven Report. Let's go. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. Ravens, Ravens, hey, Ravens. We gon' ride out. Ravens, Ravens, hey, Ravens. Couch Rider. Ravens, Ravens, hey, Ravens. We gon' ride out.
For some of you Twitter gangsters, this is just a hobby, original sports perspective. You can't stop me. Couch Rider Report, it's reflective. Please respect it. You will get checked, and your knowledge will be tested. I ain't the coldest Raven, but this is my show. Shout out to the Barry White of rap for the beat, though.
You see it. You see it. Hey, shout out to Cleveland. Look, you see anybody walking the streets saying that they from Cleveland, you reach out, you gonna give them a hug. They gonna be mad. They gonna say it wasn't for us, but it was for us. It was for the flock. They did it for the Ravens. You know it. I know it. They had it in their heart, and they just felt that Christmas cheer. It was time to give a gift to the flock to keep us alive. We live, folks. We got live. We back in this thing. We ready to rock because we handle business on Saturday and Cleveland handled business on Sunday against A.A. Ron and the daggone Steelers. Now it's our turn to go ahead and take them to the woodshed. We got to get it done. Sure, we don't have a pass rusher who's trying to break a pass record, but we do have some dogs there who can create some pressure. Draymond Jones, you got to get in there. You got to get after it. They need to put Jones and Green in at the same time. Like, I love Benoit. He'll give a good mix. He'll make sure that we have plenty of wind when we go out there. But when it comes to that pass rush, they need to have these boys coming off the edge going crazy. Draymond and Green. Let's see who in the room, man. Perfect time. Legendary. Yes, sir. Legendary. Hey, I was not a fan until Sunday. Until Sunday, they did what they needed to do. Sure, it only gives them 4 wins on the year, but one of those is extremely important. And when we win this Super Bowl, we go all the way. I have a Dallas Cowboy mentality right now. When we get to Super Bowl and take the W, we will send Cleveland a ring. I'll call Eric DaCosta. Yes, I am early tonight because, I don't know. It's a holiday. I figure I want to get back to the game. And I figure I just do like maybe 10, 15 minutes of a show. Let's see. I guess we could go into our moment of controversy after I say hi to everybody. Lisa says, Jermaine, I'm telling you right now that Aaron Rodgers is going down on Sunday night. You loved to see. You heard it first from Lisa. She said the game is going to be at 8:20 Eastern on Sunday night. We got the biggest and the last game of the season. It's on us. We ending the regular season. Now, whether we go to the playoffs or not depends on if we take this W. We lose. We start figuring out what our draft class looks like and what Lamar's contract looks like and all this other nonsense. So, anyway, we'll get more into that in a second. Lukey, what's good? He says, WT Frank. He says, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. So, I feel you. I hear you. Make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, and smack that bell, please, so you know when it's going down. Let's see. Brooke says, Miles did it for us. He loves us. He does. I think he could come to Baltimore. It would be great. Monica Marie, what's happening? Says, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Talking about the Ravens. Weber says it's going to be harder for you. They will rewrite their whole offensive strategy since they had to adjust for DK. I do think that they're going to have more chemistry with MVS, who was a major thorn in our side during the playoffs during the championship a couple of years ago. I think they're going to work on that chemistry, and I think Miles Austin is going to be a bigger piece of the game plan this time around, which could be a good impacting factor. I still think we need to focus on stopping number 30. Is it Jaylen Warren? Got to stop him. Got to focus on stopping the run game because this dude finds a hole and exploits it, and he just works his way all the way down the field. He is a nasty running back. He is a major problem. I'm not saying he's Derrick Henry or whatever, but I am saying those elusive small backs that hide behind tackles find ways in the open space. Y'all saw it with Ray Rice. I ain't saying he Ray Rice, but the boy is nice. I'm making rhymes out here. Monica subbed. Appreciate you. Hallelujah. Yes. Hey, I appreciate you, Monica. You all right? I don't care what they say about you. They said some stuff. Ooh, they said some stuff. Andre, what's up, man? What's going on? He says, what's up, Couch Rider and crew? Cam Drew can't make it tonight. He is out on a missionary errand, we'll say, and doing his thing. So I appreciate him going to do what he can do for his friends and loved ones. So let's go into our moment of controversy. For today's moment of controversy, do you leave your Christmas tree up?
Yes.
Until like mid-January?
Yes.
or do you shut it down the second the last gift is open?
You shut it down like 2 days afterwards.
Yeah, I was say, what does Mrs. Locker do?
But it should be up till the middle of January.
When she is done with Christmas, she is done. And when it's Christmas season, it is a wonderful season for her. She just like sets it all up. It's beautiful. The whole house,
and
2 trees, ridiculousness, right? But the second it's over, she's like, it's over. It's over. She's ready to toss the tree out with the lights on. No, she does unwrap everything. But yeah, she is ready to be done when it is time to be done. I could care less. I'm just like, all right, look, am I taking lights down? Am I putting lights up? Whatever.
Commercial Christmas.
Not a big fan of commercial Christmas, but I do love this. I love the Savior and I love to celebrate his life. But commercial Christmas ain't my thing. But I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and were able to celebrate in the way that you want to celebrate and honor him in the way you want to honor him. So, with that said, let's see what you guys got as far as the moment of controversy. Shut it down after the ball drop. I like that, Antoine. Hey, make sure you subscribe, smack the bell.
Leave it up all December. And then once
midway through January, I'm pretty sure Wilbert is going to do it until like June or something. I don't know. But he also is talking trash to you already.
If he has an HOA, that ain't gonna fly.
Hey, he got a little message for you, son. Let me go and get it. Said he needs to take that Chief coat off and get a Browns jacket. I feel like you are violating him with this Chiefs nonsense on.
No, absolutely not.
It's all about the guy here over my left shoulder, not the one on the right. All right, so let's see. Midway through January, Delicious say. Brooke says ours is still up. One time my mom didn't take it down till April. Let's go. Hey, we ain't mad at you. We are not mad at you.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, that's just a little lazy, but it's fine. It's fine. It's cool. That's a good memory from the parents, right? Lisa says we take it down after Christmas. All right, you sending emojis, so I appreciate that. You want to send the ones with the dollar signs on it? Cool. I'm cool with that too. Wilbur says Cam is growing up. His voice is dropping and everything. Yeah, your voice is changing.
You also spelled my name wrong.
What? Oh yeah. I mean, he knows what the case. He's trolling you, man. He's trolling you. All right. Let's see. Delicious says latest I have ever had mine up was to Valentine's Day. I could see that. I've seen Christmas lights on that too. I've seen Christmas lights. That, well, of course, now, like technology, people leave them up all year long and they can program their lights to look like how they want it.
Yeah, but you can't turn them red.
But then there's other people who just like leave the tacky, like red and green Christmas lights up the whole year long or something like that. Or they leave it up and probably all the bulbs have popped and all this stuff. And they still just leave it. Just makes the whole neighborhood look tacky. But Yeah, good thing we're not in the HOA. It'd be a lot of people getting fined around here. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like we've seen mid-March on Christmas lights around here.
We've seen a guy who is never taken it down his giant skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
He'll just put a Christmas shirt on it.
He did some Valentine's Day dressing. It was a little crazy.
Yeah.
Now,
He
granted,
never takes that thing down.
now here in Nebraska, I do understand the not wanting to take the Christmas lights down to
'Cause
probably March, but
It's always cold.
it's cold. It's cold. Like, somebody say, hey, it's 50 degrees, go take the Christmas lights down. I went outside yesterday because it was 50 degrees because today it was 12 degrees. And then next weekend, it'll be like probably 5 degrees. And I'm not going out there because I'm not built like that. Y'all see, I need a little bit more meat on my
like
bones.
that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not built for this.
I am.
Okay. So here we are. So I think it would be cool to leave it up all year long and just decorate for different holidays. Yeah, like the skeleton. Someone in our neighborhood has a giant skeleton, Grim Reaper, and he just wrapped garland around it. What a champ. What a champ.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just like, nah, I ain't taking this down.
All right, so we're going to move into post-game thoughts.
I'll be back.
I know we want to jump into the Derrick Henry stuff. We might as well go and get that out the way. Derrick did his thing. We ran, and we ran some more, which is fantastic. It's a great thing when you got a daggone running back who runs like Derrick. But there were some things completely wrong in this game when it came to our defense. Significant things wrong with our defense. It was very frustrating when you got a team that was supposedly pulling it together. They were supposed to have it together pretty well. And
we were supposed to have it together as well, but we didn't.
Yeah, your team is taking a seat right now, taking several seats because they out of the playoffs, my boy. I need a little light. Okay, hope that's a little bit better for y'all there.
I was sitting. You said you weren't going to set up anything.
Well, I just need a light, man. I was in there in the darkness, bro.
You're calling this darkness?
No, like the shadows, like you put this over and you can't see my whole face, whatever. Anyway, but what I'm saying is our secondary has some problems. There's a lack of trust when it comes to that backfield there because, look, Nate Wiggins got cooked. This is not a norm for him. He usually likes to travel with the number one, but I think he was taking too many chances and he didn't have that recovery speed to keep up with these guys. They got cooked. There were some over 90 ratings for basically number 2 wide receivers. And I'm calling Romeo probably a number 2, Wicks number 2. All these guys were number 2 wide receivers with a backup quarterback dropping dimes. I mean, he's throwing darts all over the field, disrespecting our secondary, saw cover 2 and completely exploited it all the way down the field. He had no respect for this team's defense. And I think Baltimore has to shore that up because Aaron is not going to sit there and hold that ball and let us go back there and sack him. He's too old for that. He's not going to hold it.
Also,
if there's going to be
Rico sucks.
Yeah, there's going to be an opportunity to come at Baltimore's secondary because Calvin Austin is a very twitchy, fast player. He was who I wanted to come to Baltimore before Zay came the next year. I was kind of mad because we missed out on Calvin Austin, but I'm kind of glad we got Zay. I'm very excited that we have Zay. Grateful. This is a season to be thankful. So I am thankful for Zay Flowers, and hopefully this year we make it healthy into the playoffs with a healthy Lamar and a healthy Zay. So, but seeing our secondary get just completely trashed like that was pretty bad. We did good against the run.
I'm planning on being a Ravens fan this year.
Go away. So, if you don't know, anytime this dude decides that he wants to be a Ravens fan, bad things happen to our team. It's like having Tony Romo be a broadcaster for the Baltimore Ravens. And that's what happens when Cameron is trying to be a Ravens fan. Bad things, terrible things happen.
The last time it happened was when every single player with any letter of my name in it got hurt.
All right, let's go back and hear some comments on this real quick. Okay, so Brooks taking if we only would have done that all year long, talking about as far as running the rock, because Derrick Henry went off for over 200 some yards on 36 carries, which is a career high for him in a game. And I think we need to continue on that path. But I think you need to put in more read option plays. If Huntley is healthy and if Lamar's not healthy and Huntley is out there, then more read option plays, which is going to allow Huntley more opportunities to go down the field and run a little bit more. Plus, if it is a read option or if it's an RPO, then he can pull it and shoot it to the tight end fairly quickly. That's basic high school concepts. But those high school concepts have been brought to the NFL now, and you just have to really read the defensive end, see if you can hit the screen or up the seam or the slant or give to the running back or pull it and take it and go yourself. Okay. Brooks says, go ahead and get the Marlowe slander out the way. But Marlowe, as much as he does get torched, for some reason, with a broken hand, or he's got 2 broken fingers, this cat still gets the job done. He still gets the job done. He still gets the opportunistic pick. He's in the right place at the wrong time for their offense, and he makes the opportunity happen. So I'm not mad. We can roast him, but he's still doing his thing for us. Thank you, Marlowe, for doing you. Just stop annoying your teammates on that plane. They're gonna beat him up in the bathroom or something. Let's see.
And it's gonna happen.
Lisa says, "What's your impression of Tyler Loop in his rookie year?" He's a rook. He's not the greatest kicker of all time. He's never going to be Justin Tucker. There's been some kicks where I'm like, we really needed that point. We had to go for 2, and it may have cost us a game. I'm not blaming the game on him. There were events that led up to us having to go for 2-point situations. He was probably one of those events in a few games, but ultimately, this guy's a rookie. We're going to give him grace, and hopefully, ideally, I would like Justin to beat them charges and then come on back to the Ravens. But, maybe it is time for a change in the guard. I'm not sure.
It is very much very much time for a change.
Brooks says, Nate came back from that foot injury too soon. He had a boot in his gas. TikTok saying pain was an 8 and the next day he was practicing. Okay. He gets a pass because of the fact that he was coming back from a foot injury. Like when it comes to these injuries, we see them on a list, but we don't know the real struggle that these guys are going through. We don't know how many drugs or how many shots that they're getting injected with to get ready for a game day. Like we think about Ben Roethlisberger. We think about Brandon Marshall. These are guys that went through injuries through a week, and you'd see like on like a Monday, maybe they're showing a TikTok of them trying to rehab, hitting an ice tab or getting drugged up. And you're like, they're not going to play. There's no way. And then the next day, they end up showing up on the field. And Roethlisberger's he had probably 6 or 7.
No.
I saw it yesterday on camera. Let me go. Injuries, and if you got that many injuries, then and all of a sudden they're ready to go on Sunday. You're like, what just happened? What did they get shot up with? That rehab process, some people just don't want to go through the drugs. Other people just cannot, their bodies just don't bounce back that quick. They're older. So you can understand like what they're going through. They had that many injuries in a week or that significant of an injury in a week. So we can't really give Lamar crap. He's going through legit issues. Now, some people have spread rumors and said this could be a contract dispute when it comes to his injury. But I'm not. It could be. Based on history, we've seen him shut it down a few times when contract negotiations weren't going on. But we didn't see those things behind the scenes. And we never know. We won't know. We can speculate all we want. And, of course, if we actually put it on Twitter, Lamar actually might battle it. If we put these out there and declare it, he will come back and fight it. But we don't want to do that. So anyway, Brooke said, GF. What's going on? Oh, his girlfriend's TikTok or something like that, probably. Things were closed, Cameron. Okay. Random question. Rover says, is the Chiefs' first losing season is this the first Chiefs losing season of his life?
No.
Since he became a fan, yeah. I think this is the first time he's actually seen his Chiefs not in the playoffs, not an AFC championship. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. Because he became a fan the year that Lamar came into the league, I believe.
Yeah. And then that was right before the massacre of the Ravens.
All right, Lisa says, I have a Pat Ricard shirt coming to the house. You know what? I got to give it up to Pat Ricard. Pause. I feel like this guy and Likely have been setting up some major blocks that have been breaking Henry free. If you look at the left side of the field, when Henry is coming downhill, breaking stuff on live TV. Anyway, but if you watch Likely, the block he sets up, and then the hole that Ricard makes by pushing to the outside while Likely is pushing to the inside, it's amazing. He actually completely cancels out the terrible guard situation that we have. Yes, both of those guys are absolute trash. But when you look at those runs that Derrick Henry breaks, Falala is nowhere near anything that has to do with those particular blocks. He's had some significant blocks. I'll give him credit. There have been some pancake blocks, but when it comes to pass pro, there's a problem with that boy's feet. I'm gonna be honest with you. He ain't got enough. He got feet issues. When it comes to goal line, you just see him fall down. I don't know what the heck that's about. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Delish says we need pass rush badly. Yes, we do. We definitely need, and I think that's the next issue as far as like going into the draft, looking for that pass rusher that can be paired up with Mike Green. We're not sure how much longer we have Van Noy. We don't know how much longer we got him. And of course, I think last year he wanted to be paid last year. And now he's another year older, so I'm not sure if it's going to be worth the juice worth the squeeze with him. So I think pass rush is something we definitely got to look at for the draft next year. Brooks says he got to do something to get his phone to go live. Who that? At least I don't have to look at Swifties this year. Yes! This is a magical season here because we do not have to see Taylor Swift and how many bets is going to be on the screen or in Vegas for the amount of times that we're going to see this young lady.
Okay, I agree with that.
Likely, I do want Likely to get signed, and the ability to sign him makes sense because I think Andrew's contract number, his cap number is $7 million next year. And if his contract number is $7 million next year, then having a tight end on contract for maybe another $13 million would make sense. Because look at Cincinnati. Cincinnati paid $40 million for one wide receiver. And then they paid $26 million for their number 2 wide receiver. If we can't afford $13 million a year for 2 tight ends, that's a daggone shame. That's a shame. I mean, $26 million for 2 of the top tight ends, 2 of the top 10 tight ends in the league. Both of Lamar's favorite, 2 of his favorite targets. And then they can work towards the Zay contract later. But right now, they need to worry about, hey, how do we keep this tight end from going to Kansas City?
And how do we make that happen?
Brooks says, Fele did outright the other night. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yes, I saw some stuff that looked kind of suspect, but then I saw some pretty decent blocks too. Weber says, I don't know if Lamar is faking an injury or not, but I think it's good that you can still win with Snoop. Have Lamar rest and be best for the playoffs. I do think that there's a possibility that we're going to have to play Snoop, but I think that they go in there with a similar game plan. A similar game plan to what they just had. We actually played that game plan against Pittsburgh last year. If y'all remember the final game against Pittsburgh in the playoffs, there was a lot of read option. What I was talking about previously is giving the read option constantly, constantly making it to where that ball's on the ground, but we are taking advantage of the mismatches and the reads of that defensive end. There are a few teams that knew how to stop that. But right now, if we have a pulling guard, if we have read option at the same time, it's very difficult to stop.
If you're not.
First says Andrews is a double agent. I can't prove it. You talking about with the fumbling issues. It could be. I mean, him and Zay, they both have had equal fumbling issues this season, and along with Henry. So I think the fumbling is just a really bad thing they need to teach a discipline on. Like, hey, there's sometimes all that glitter and gold. Quit all the dancing. Zay promised that he was going to run straight lines for us, and here he was dancing. Poof! 2 fumbles come out. This is why we lost to the Pats, because he was trying to do too much. Dude, lay it down.
You also lost to us.
Yeah. But you guys are out of the playoffs, so you're like irrelevant.
Okay, but you still lost to us by 17 points.
Who's still alive? Are the people? I thought I heard somebody that wasn't alive in the playoffs say something. I'm sorry. Wilbert says Lisa says Wilbert LJ is hurt. He's not faking. I don't think he's faking, but I do think
put him on some steroids.
I think there's contract negotiations going on. I'm just gonna say I think there's contract negotiations going on, and he is leveraging this situation right now for his benefit. But luckily, we got Snoop. That's just opinion of Jermaine. That's not truth. That's just an opinion. We allowed to share opinions around here. That's no shade on him and not like that, but I'm just saying. All right, Brooks says, no, DK is huge for us. Absolutely, because when you look at DK's game and how he played against us, he was able to full-on moss our guys. He is the bigger guy. I mean, you think if Nate Wiggins is about my size running down the field against DK Metcalf, who is just an absolute dog, he's going to moss him every time. Marlo just don't have the speed to keep up with him. And then, of course, Awuzie. I like Awuzie. He's probably the best corner we got on the roster right now. But it's DK Metcalf. He was a freak. I wanted him when he got drafted. But we went after something else, which didn't make any sense. I ain't going to go there today. Webber says, Miss Lisa, I don't know if he was hurt or not. Soul Ravens fans said he was not willing to play, and they were tired of him. There was a few Ravens fans who are, once they see Huntley do well, we saw this before. The last time Huntley played against Green Bay, he was treated like it was Madison Square Garden, and he was MJ. Had 4 touchdowns. I think he had 2 passes, 2 running. This time, he executed a solid game plan and was able to activate Henry doing his dang thing. And he scored 1 touchdown himself. And he had 60 yards rushing. So I was excited to see that roll out. I'd like to see that Sunday if Lamar can't go. People ask the question, will Lamar play if he's not 100% versus having 100% Huntley? Which one is better? This has been a significant topic today between a few different podcasts that I saw. Between Ocho and Shannon Sharp, they got pretty hot about the matter. They got animated to where they thought, like, all right, a broken 70% Lamar is better than 100% Snoop. I don't know what to think about that, and I'd be curious to hear what your thoughts on this is, because I think if we have to game plan with Huntley, we're going to be fine. However, if Lamar says, hey, yo, let's get it, let's turn up, we are in a good situation, but I feel as confident with Lamar as I would with a fully healthy Huntley. Not this year. I just got to call a spade. A healthy Huntley gives us a good shot. One thing I've always liked about Huntley is he does not hold the ball. You're going to see a quick drop, and you're going to see him firing. You're going to see whether right or wrong, this man is going to have that quick drop, and he's going to fire. And if it's not there, he is looking to bail all the way out and jump out the back door. That's like him. He just gone. He just gone out the back door. That's one thing I like about Huntley. Lamar is like, all right, I'm trying to make something happen down the field. Okay, let me go ahead and reestablish the pocket again. Okay, let me go ahead and reestablish the pocket. Oh, okay, they're open. Let me fire downfield. Drives me nuts because I'm like, is he going to take the sack? Oh, he just got out of it. Okay, it's crazy. Okay, now he's running. Or something magical is either about to happen or it's going to be chaotic. You don't know. It's rags or riches with Lamar. And lately, it's been more rags than riches.
And it will stay that way.
Man, back here talking this trash. All right, Lisa says, atta girl, Brooke. That's telling them. What'd you tell him? Andrews threw it right to the Patriot the other night. Oh, yeah. I mean, he might be running the numbers. He might be running the numbers in Vegas. Who knows?
Yeah, he's gambling in Vegas.
Let's see here. Brooke says, Ravens are terrible with pitting teammates against each other. Regardless who plays, if they win, they both win. I do like that. I do like hearing Ravens win at the end of the game. As long as we get the W, it's cool. But, yeah, I mean, since Joe Flacco and Lamar, since Troy Smith, Kyle Boland, and Joe Flacco, I mean, It was like we've been against each other as far as split on who we wanted to start back in the day. I couldn't stand Joe Flacco for the majority of his career until we got to the playoffs and actually won one. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm on board. But you could see like his regular season
bandwagon.
It was bad. It was bad. And I ended up being a Tyrod Taylor. I wanted to play Tyrod Taylor over Joe. And that didn't happen. I had a lot of bias against Joe. It was because he just held the ball entirely too long. But as you know, Joe, we appreciate him, and now he's still out there having fun, and that's a good thing. He's saving a couple franchises, a couple games here.
You called me a bandwagon.
Like, sir,
you were a bandwagon for Joe Flacco.
He's bandwagon against Joe.
Yeah, after he won a Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, once he won a Super Bowl, he does his thing. He does a favor. You know, in the playoffs, I was just like very excited. You know, but you know, beforehand, he was probably one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen. Let's see. Harbaugh says if Lamar can play, he's gonna play. And they set up a better game for Huntley. They expect Lamar to save us. I don't want to see hero ball. Honestly, I want to see a significantly put together, a well put together game plan like they did with Huntley. Huntley, they game plan. They didn't go out there and wing it. Like when Lamar's out there, sometimes it looks like it's just not choreographed properly. This was a very well choreographed game plan. I don't care what Harbaugh tell you. When that man had that play sheet up to his face, he was calling them plays.
Are you sure about that?
Weber says, I wasn't trolling this time. Ravens fans were really upset that Lamar wasn't willing to play while injured, but I think he came back too soon from his other injury and shouldn't have. I do think that Lamar needs to rest up. Right now, we have the benefit of having Tyler Huntley undefeated as a starter for the Ravens right now. He's looking good. And he has ownership of the NFC North because he has beat both the Bears and the Packers.
Oh, wow. It's one time where Wilbur isn't trolling.
What you keep putting playing? What you talking about? They set up. Wait, I got to go back to Burke and say they set up a better game plan for Huntley. Yes, I feel you, Burke. You have your asterisks are tearing. You're confusing me.
This is the one time that Wilbur will not be trolling.
So, I mean, honestly, we know there's another. We're talking about the Steelers game. You know, there's some things that we need to do to ensure victory. The number one thing we have to do is get pressure on Aaron. We know that he is going to make mistakes. And if we get him to sack and get him off the field, the time of possession game is key. If we can get Aaron off the field and run the ball with Henry, get 37 plus minutes of time possession, we will win this game. Guaranteed. If we have 37 minutes time possession, we will win the game. Another factor to this is our corners have to be on it. These are backup wide receivers. These are people's 2s and 3s right now because I'm considering Calvin Austin a 3rd, maybe a 2. MVS is a 2. Adam Thielen is a 3 nowadays. They lost their tight end because he broke his arm in Washington, which is a significant loss for the Patriots for the Steelers. DK's not there. I don't know I can't remember if TJ help me out. I think TJ might be out as well. So the pass rush is not going to be as significant, but Highsmith is a dog, and they have one other outside linebacker that's a dog as well. So we got to protect Lamar. That's another thing. Protection of the quarterback, whoever it may be, is key. We cannot sit here and take those sacks to get put in situations where we make stupid throws. We don't need any type of Shadur throw out there on 3rd down. Throwing back across the field, crack crossbody, dumb throws. We don't need that.
Across the field.
All right. Brooke says, I don't know why everyone was so shocked to see Harbaugh with the play sheet. He has one in his hands a few times. Yeah, you never see it up to his face like that, Brooke. Yeah, he was holding it like I don't know if you remember how his coach does it, but Reed be calling them plays. Reed had it up there reading it like it was a full-on Burger King menu. He is calling the plays. This man fell up out of his seat. Harbaugh was calling the plays. He was calling a few. I ain't gonna say he was calling all, but he had a lot more input on those plays than in the past. You're agreeing with Wilbert. He's the only QB that can't be hurt. He's either faking or soft. I ain't saying I just feel like he is hurt, but I do feel like he is also in the midst of preserving his body due to a contract negotiation. Could he have went on Sunday? I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say he could have went on Saturday night if they'd have shot him up with drugs. Would he been 100%? No. But
Unless put some hardcore steroids in him.
I was thinking they would have shot him up with some type of painkillers, and he'd went out there and been able to play.
Yeah, give him narcotics and give him steroids.
Okay. Brooks says TJ is playing, I think. That's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem. Roger Rosengarten got to really step all the way up. Hopefully he does not ever line up in front of 77, or it's going to be a problem. The dude might just be a full-on turnstile at the subway.
Yeah.
Brooks says, well, if he was calling plays, why didn't he do it sooner? He has no control over his staff. I mean, all I'm saying is Harbaugh probably feels his job on the line. He felt some pressure. And he's like, hey, go ahead and slide me over that. Yeah, just go ahead, just give me a play sheet. And he probably, he got the mic on. He was like, look, hey, I know y'all got this play set up. We're going to go this way because this is what I see. And Snoop, if you feel the opportunity to audible to a run, then do so. I mean, that's what I imagine happened. That's just Kyle Schreider's perspective, but it's okay. So maybe Fele will fall on him and knock him out. Yeah, fall all the way on TJ. Don't get up. Just sit there like my dog sits on people. I got this fat 99.
I'll bring him.
No, don't bring him. Don't bring Gus the bus.
I'm gonna go get him.
So we got a Gus, a big old Stafford. What is it? Stafford Bulldog mix. Just recently got him for Christmas. Well, felt like Thanksgiving. It wasn't even supposed to be mine. Anyway, he big as Fele. Like, this is a 99-pound dog. Fele sit on somebody, ain't getting that good. And we have seen a couple of pancake blocks from Fele. So I got to give him props there. But this dude has a dedicated Twitter hater. I think his name is E3 or something like that, who constantly calls him Falala. And that is probably one of the worst looking Twitter agents I've ever seen to be hating on Fele. He catching heck. Anyway, let's see. Delish says, honestly, TJ, as of late, hasn't been much of a game wrecker against us lately. I don't know. I mean, every dog has his day, and we just don't want them to have that day Sunday. They know what's on the line. They know exactly what's on the line, and that they're going to come out there and put their best foot forward. They are coming to fight. This is not a situation where we're like, hey, Cleveland did it, so we can do it too. Yes, there's a possibility, but they are going to come out swinging. They're coming to give us their best shot. Yeah, you leave Fatty alone. Yeah, E3 is corny in a bad way, just too desperate to get clicks. I agree. I fully agree. He is going to hate. He's going to find the one mistake that Fele made. So Fele may have had, let's say, a 75% positive game. He is going to find that 25%, those mess ups that may have not even had anything to do with the play, and he is going to put Fele on blast. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, that was terrible. Roast him. You know what? You deserve all of this. But the other times I'm like, all right, he actually had a decent game. I remember some of those good impact blocks that sprung Henry, and they're not giving him props. He was like, I love him. It's just ridiculous.
As long as it's not a 6-7 joke, I'm fine.
So Deet says, I'm watching out for Highsmith this weekend. Highsmith is the dog, and there's one other guy. He's had Lamar's number a couple times. Batted down passes constantly. He's annoying. I'm going to have to look him up. Because this is one of the names that just, if I don't look it up now, it's going to bother me. But he's like a twin of Highsmith. Every time I see this cat, I'm like, man, it's like he plays just like Highsmith, and he's a major problem for Lamar in multiple games. If there's that Steelers fan in this chat, I need to know who this person is. You can tell me, that'd be great. Wilbert is a Cleveland Browns fan.
Wilbur isn't anything fan.
Hayward. Herbig, y'all. This cat here, Nick Herbig, number 51. He's a problem. Every time Lamar stepped on the field against this guy, he has been in Lamar's head. I don't know. He needs to be on the lookout for Herbig, because 51 is just Highsmith, is a duplicate of Highsmith, and is just as much of a problem. Yes, you got it right. Herbig said anything fan is crazy. I'm not sure what you're saying. So yes, that is another key factor to the game. Watch out for Herbig, because he's all about strip sack. He is just a disruptor. Honestly, if his contract is due and he could become a Raven, that's one of the guys we need to bring across is Herbig, because he is a dog. Highsmith, I like Highsmith as well. I respect his game. Queen has been better than advertised with the Steelers. He has been okay. I think he's found his home, and I don't think he's coming back. We can clown him for everything that he wasn't in Baltimore, but he did get unlocked when he had a good linebacker coach here, and he had a good teammate in Roquan, when Roquan could actually cover in space. So I'm glad that we got Higgins back. I'm glad that we're not going to be struggling as much in the middle of the field, but I do think that Roquan is a liability in the pass. I've always thought that this entire season they have to find some way to mask it. They did it for Ray Lewis when he got older, and they do the same thing for Roquan, because Roquan can stop the run. When it comes to the passing situations with him versus a tight end or a slot wide receiver, it's not a good situation. It's not a good look. Brooke says, Queen got one-sided beef with us, so he's going to try his hardest. Oh, yeah. I mean, the flock comes after him so hard he gets emotional about it. And so he probably turns off his social media, probably as soon as this week started, because he knew everybody was going to come attacking him. And then he really turns up. So Will became a Chiefs fan, and now he wants to jump to the Ravens. Oh, Cam did. Anything fan. Seems like the pot calling the kettle black. Yeah, so Cameron, his story is he started out as a Cardinals fan. It was just the color red, something about the color red. Then he saw me playing a buddy in Madden and decided he wanted to be a Jets fan. And each time he swapped teams, something bad happened. Injuries happened. Homeboy got mono when he became a Jets fan. He decided to become a Chiefs fan. Pat Mahomes hurt his patella that game. He decided to become a Ravens fan, and everybody with the initials, with the letters MAR in their name got injured that game. I'm talking Mark Andrews, everybody. I'm talking Marcus Peters, Lamar Jackson, and running back. Help me out, y'all. The Big Trust guy. He's always on the Big Trust. Alabama running back. Help me out. I'm losing my mind here, losing my memory. Just don't have it. Brooks says he instigates it. It says, tell him to become a temporary Steelers fan, please and thank you. Cameron, you need to be a Steelers fan this weekend. No. Sir, they need you right now. They need your support. No, sir. We're not accepting. We don't accept that. You have to fill out a form. You have to mail that away. There's a process. You have to actually know the Ravens theme song, and you have to do all the Baltimore dances. Absolutely. You got to shuffle. You got to stretch. You got to step. All of that. I mean, and you have to become a squeegee boy for a week in 11-degree weather outside here in Nebraska. So you have to go wipe down a few cars. And to officially become a Baltimore Ravens fan, it is a significant process there that you'll need to go through, and you'll need to snort Old Bay through your nose. So that is the only way you're going to be able to get into this block here. It's just not happening. All right, so Adit says Calvin Austin isn't playing this week, right? Oh, let's check the injuries. Has anybody seen the injury report when it comes to the Ravens versus the Steelers? Because I have not. Who's on it? Here it is. Injury report. We have Darnell Washington is doubtful because he has a broken forearm, so he's really going to be out. Donald Parham is on injured reserve. Dante Kent is a corner, injured reserve. Corey Trice, injured reserve. Roger Jones, Skylar Thompson. All those are hamstrings. Calvin Anderson, wrong one. Calvin Austin III has a hamstring issue. He is out for this game. Thank you for bringing that up. All right, let's see what the Ravens here. What we got here? Surprise, surprise. Lamar's what? They declared him out. That can't be right. Ain't no way. He ain't out yet. He ain't out yet. We're gonna look that up on. Somebody looked up on Twitter. I don't think Lamar's completely declared out for this game here. That's on the Yahoo app. So just heads up. So that may be false on the Calvin Austin report as well. Mark Ingram. See, another MAR. That's the one. Thank you for reminding me. Let's see. Delish says Squeegee Boys. Look, you know how Baltimore is. They got the Squeegee Boys. You know, and they over here, they want to wipe your window down no matter what. You better have some change on you or something. They're probably gonna mess your windows up. That's just how Baltimore is. That's kind of why I don't live there. I live in Nebraska, a nice little place. People kind to you. They ask you, hey, would you like your windows washed? Ain't no right. No, there's no Squeegee Boys in Nebraska. But they are kind, and they ain't gonna just throw dirty water on your window and expect to be paid for it. Just saying. Brooks says, nah, Harv's just said today it's a wait and see. That's what I thought. I was like, it's a wait and see situation. And you know he holds those cards close to the vest until game time. Just like he was pretty much almost an hour before the game, finally they declared Lamar Jackson out. It was just so they knew that they were going with Huntley this entire time, but he figures there's no advantage of giving the enemy a full-on roadmap to what is going on the field that week. So I can understand that. So, those are keys to victory. Pressure on Aaron. Make sure Herbig is not a factor. We have to run the dang ball, but mix in read option. Somebody talk to Daniel Fa'ele and tell him to make some improvement. Our corners don't need to look anything like last week. We can't make twos look like ones. And I've mentioned run the ball. I do enjoy watching a good pass and all that, but that's not who we are. That's not who we are this year. I'm sorry. It's just run the ball. Run the dang ball the whole dang time. I don't care if it's 100 times. We run that ball. We're running. I mean, we were running it on 3rd and 5, and we're successful. We need to run. So those are my keys to victory. If any of you have a key to victory, go ahead and mention it. I'll put it on the screen here. Brooks says, run the ball. Run the ball. Run it till it ain't nothing left. I don't care if you got to rotate in a couple of guys. Rotate Keaton in there if you got to give Henry a playoff. If he needs a blow, then you go ahead and let Keaton come in. If you got to get Ali in, okay, cool. That's fine. Run the ball. Henry needs, I ain't saying 36 carries, but I am saying give him a larger load than you would normally give him. Run the dang ball. Huntley, run the ball. If you're gonna be there, if this dude's gonna be there, then cool. But if you gonna be there, Huntley, run the ball. Don't turn this into a Miami type game. I seen you in Miami. It didn't look great. Turn this into a Baltimore Huntley type game. Wilbur says, we threw you the lob when we beat them. You better slam it home. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We appreciate you. We appreciate legendary. We needed that dub, man. Oh, my goodness. I'm telling you, when I saw what happened, I was so hyped. I was like, this is like unfolding like a magical fairy tale right now. Almost like the 2012 situation. Because, was it 4th and 29 or whatever? It was unreal. Like, we're sitting here watching Joe just throw a whole season away, and Ray's like, nah, man. He's like, I got to take this down like people in elevators. Sorry. But I'm just saying, like, the dude did his thing. And then, of course, the rest is history. Brooks said, Huntley got skates too. He definitely needs to run too. Absolutely. Like I said, 60 yards last game. Him and Willis was tearing loose. That was another thing. Willis looked like he could start for any NFL team right now. I mean, of course, we got some significant, some awesome starters out there around the league, but Willis could literally go down to Atlanta right now and be the guy. He could go down to New Orleans right now and be the guy. This guy could go down to Tennessee and steal the number one job back. He could go back to Tennessee and be the guy. This is he can go Las Vegas and be the guy. Like, Willis look good. Willis look real good. And he looked confident. He looked fearless out there. Said Willis looking like a Pro Bowler. I was surprised. Look, if Huntley decide that he got better things to do this offseason, if Willis out there, we need to bring him in. We need to bring him in. He is ready. Last thing we want to do is see him go to the Chiefs and be a backup signal caller and be Pat Mahomes insurance and him actually come out there and make him look decent until the playoffs come. And then all of a sudden Pat comes back and they get another championship. We can make sure that he don't go to the Chiefs. He can't go. He can't go. We got to veto it. We got to do what we can. We need to boycott, get signs out, something, everything. Somebody kidnap Willis. Just tell him, no, you can't go. Yeah, so our games with ads, stupid in you guys' opinions. Yeah, this is Cameron with another YouTube account. I don't know how many channels he has. That's a problem. Anywho, so we're here at 51 minutes. I want y'all to go back and enjoy some football and the holiday. You guys got any New Year's resolutions? I'm hoping you're following through them and get them started. I'm hoping to lose a few pounds so that I can get my wedding ring back on, because it's a little bit of a fat season right now for me. So where I can't fit my ring. It's so bad. Brooke says yes, Cameron. She's annoyed with games with ads. Let's see. Malushov. Pressure on the tight end. Stop the run. Communicate better on the corners and safety. That communication between corners and safeties is so key. It's always been an issue because when you have either an inexperienced safety back there and a good corner, that communication tends to fall off, and vice versa. You got like a really good safety and a corner who just doesn't know when to transfer that person over, or if they are supposed to be covering all the way down the field. Next thing you know, it's a deep shot. And last thing we want is Calvin Austin or whoever else their speedsters are moving down the field to make those significant plays. So pressure on their tight end. So their tight end right now is Freiermuth. And Freiermuth ain't no stranger to cooking us up. He's a little older now, but he can still cook. Washington is not a factor because he broke his arm. So that is I'm not saying a good thing, but it's a good thing for us. Stopping the run, absolutely, because they got two guys to run it with, but Warren is the one you need to worry about. The other guy, not so much. Unless it's in the passing game. Sorry, Gainwell is the problem in the passing game. So the wheel route is something that they use all the time for this guy. And if we have a linebacker, like a slow linebacker, let's just say, lined up on Gainwell, they're going to take care of that or take advantage of that mismatch. Let's see it. Ravens versus San Fran for the championship. I can see that. But if Purdy plays anything like he played last night against the Bears, because the Bears defense, I don't know if that was just very trash or what, but the San Francisco defense wasn't there either. I don't want to see that in the Super Bowl. I'll be honest with you. I would rather see a resurgent, pushing Eagles team than see them. I'd rather see the Rams, because at least we got to look at them this season. We played them and we were able to hold them to 16 points. I'd rather see them than seeing the 49ers, who I thought was on a fire sale this offseason, and they still managed to turn around and become great. Even with backup quarterback, starting quarterback, it didn't matter with San Fran. This is a team that cannot be stopped right now. So I think I want to see San Fran. I want somebody to knock them off early. Oh, well. Here we are, 8 o'clock. I need y'all to do whatever rituals, whatever rain dances, whatever you got to do. If y'all do that thing where you don't shave until the Ravens win the game, if you don't, if you don't wash your socks or whatever, that particular jersey, all those rituals, you got to go cook some chickens or cook some chicken heads and make a chicken head soup or something. I'm not sure what y'all do. Whatever your little thing that you do for luck, you go do that. If you need to go to your temple and pray and praise whatever spaghetti god, do your thing. We need it. We need all the luck, all the good vibes that we can get. And make sure you do some good deeds for people because those things will be paid for. Hopefully they'll be paid for it into the game. Brooks said it's time for me to hush. Brooks says, I'm going to go threaten a few players. All right, Brooks, if you need to pull up on a few players, cool. You go ahead and do that. Make sure you give them that extra encouragement on Wednesday when they show up to practice. If they ain't show up to practice, I expect the Patton treatment. I don't know if you ever saw Patton, but every time he saw somebody in the medical tent, he slapped them up and probably got them back out in the field. If you need to pull up, I'm okay with this. I'm going to go ahead and authorize this. We'll talk to EDC. We'll go ahead and get you up in there, get you a pass. We need you to slap people around. Just slap a few people around. All right? And if you see a Chiefs fan, push them. All right, y'all take care.
I'm going to pay.
Thank you for tuning in to the home of Original Sports Perspective from Arcast Studios. This is your copyrighted Raven. Man. Oh my goodness. Man, two claps.
Introducing the Couch Rider Raven Report. Let's go. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. Ravens, Ravens, hey, Ravens. We gon' ride out. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. We gon' ride out.
For some of you Twitter gangsters, this is just a hobby, original sports perspective. You can't stop me. Couch Rider Report, it's reflective. Please respect it. You will get checked, and your knowledge will be tested. I ain't the coldest Raven, but this is my show. Shout out to the Barry White rap for the beat, though.